Hey guys, this is Aaron here, and I woke up this morning and I was thinking to myself, hey, I think I'm gonna make a trolley burn deck profile. Yeah, I'm gonna make one, and a lot of you guys might be thinking, why do you want to make a trolley burn degenerate deck profile? It's so bad. It just makes people so angry, and reason is I just feel like it, you know. And I just want to have some fun, and I want to share with you guys the trolley deck so you guys control your friends and have fun. Because, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh is a game, and it's a hobby, and games are meant to be fun, right? I mean, like, you wouldn't play a game if it's really not fun and it makes you really sad, right? So, yeah, here it goes. This is my deck profile. So, first two monsters that I used, you already saw it. It's two Lava Golems. And the reason I use Lava Golem is it's just an out to your opponent's monsters that you can't get rid of on the board. It's like an older version of Monarch Stormforth nowadays. And yeah, just get rid of your opponent's monsters, just sack their monsters, summon on the field, and just laugh at them in their face. Great card, great two cards. Next three cards is kind of debatable. And I've seen some people use Stealth Bird, 3 Stealth Bird instead of this. I've seen people use 3 Mecha Bunny instead of this. I've seen people use Marshmallow instead of this. But I just like to use 3 Solar Flare Dragons just for the heck of it, just for funds. It's a fun card, you know. Old, nostalgic, fun card to use. And the effect is that, like, end of every turn you just do 500 damage to your opponent. So it's just extra burn damage, and it's especially funny because, like, if you have 2 cards, 2 of them on the field, you do like 1,000 damage to your opponent, and they can't attack your dragons. So if they can't attack your dragons, and you're burning them for 1,000 every turn, just gets them one step closer to you winning, and then them rage quitting and being very, very angry, being very annoyed, and you can just laugh at them the whole time. Next card is a awesome tech card, very trolly card, and it's called Neospatian Grand Mode. And this card is so awesome. It's just another out, kind of like Lava Golem. You can't get rid of your opponent's monsters. You just bounce them back to the extra deck, bounce back to the hand. And yeah, it's a very fun card to use, and it just puts a smile on my face every time they try so hard to bring a big monster out, and you just summon an attack and it goes back to your hand. Oh, you know. And last monster that I use, I don't understand why people don't use this card that much, or like I don't see it in any deck profile, at least like not in the bigger channels. Maybe it's because it's like a more casual card, but I like it because it's really fun. It's my absolute favoriteest card in the whole deck, and my friend loves this card too because like he uses this card and he's like, dude, I want to use 50 of these in my deck, and it's a Naba White Rabbit. It's a spirit monster, and it can attack your opponent directly. End of every turn, it goes back to your hand, kind of like your Senjus nowadays. When you summon it, goes back to your hand. So 700 attack, you can summon this, you attack, goes back to your hand. Next turn you summon it, attack, directly, goes back to the hand. So it's a great card, super trolly cards. That's so much fun with this card. And when my friend saw this card, it's like, dude, this card is so troll. And I tell him, dude, you should make a Yu-Gi-Oh attack. And he's like, oh yeah, I want like 50 Naba White Rabbits, and I want like Exodia and all of these Naba White Rabbits to win. Yeah, that's a great tech card. Awesome trolley card, one of the trolliest cards ever made, I think. So it's a great card. So yeah, monster lineup's not that big, like 7-8 monsters you guys can count. It's pretty simple. 2 spells, 3 Swords of Revealing Light, another stall card. For more competitive chain burn stall counter decks, I've seen people use like Card D for more draw power. I've seen people use what was it? Battle Fader, Swift Scarecrow, the Trap Scarecrow, and I've seen people use Threatening Roar, Waboku, and all that because it's more chainable, it's easier to use, and it's not as susceptible to Mystical Space Typhoon and all that. But I just use it for old school fun, you know. Your opponents can't attack for 3 turns while you can. It's a great card. Another 3 stalling cards, spell cards. Messenger of Peace is another old card. Any monster with 1500 attack cannot attack. So it's great to just sit there and burn your opponent while you just laugh at them in their face because like they have like 3-4 monsters on the field and they can't do anything. Oh, it's so great, so good, so good. Another 3 stalling spell cards. You guys are having fun, aren't you? 3 Nightmare Steel Cage. I know Bakura used. No. I know the bad guy Merrick. He used this in the anime. Yeah. So it's like a weaker version of swords. 2 turns, no one can attack. No, like your monsters can't attack. Your opponent can't attack. It's another stall card to help you burn more and more. And next to Chain Strike, this card is so fun, dude. It's so fun. Especially when you have like Ceasefire, Just Desserts, and like a whole bunch of chainable cards, and your opponent chains too. So you do like up to like Chain Link 4, 5, 6, and you do like over 2,000 damage for this card. This card's great. This card's amazing. And for consistency, 3 Pub Dualities. Literally, these 3 cards are like the newest cards in the whole deck, and these cards are like 5 years old. So you can tell how old school these cards are, and how nostalgic these cards are to me. And it's just funny. It's just funny to use like all these old cards. But anyways, Pub Duality, just draw more cards that you need. And last spell card, I just picked up this card like a day or 2 ago because my friend was talking about it like a week or 2 ago. And cards, Final Countdown's another win condition. It's an awesome song. I love the song too. So it just says you pay 2,000 life after 20 turns. After like 10 of your turns, 10 of your opponent's turns, you win the duel. So you just win. It's kind of like Exodia. It's like alternative win condition. If you can't burn your opponent's life down from 8,000 to 0, you just play Final Countdown. And this card is good for early game, because like the longer the game goes on, the more stress your opponent will be, because like they can't get rid of this because the effect is already used and it's in the graveyard. So it's not like Swords where it stays on the field and they can MST it. It's not as consistent if you top deck it later game, so you can take it out for like Mask of the Accursed or the Nightmare Wheel. The trap card doesn't let your opponent attack and it burns them, so you can use that if you want to. But yeah, it's a great card anyway. It's really fun to troll your friend with awesome cards. Awesome cards. On to trap lineup. I believe I have 18 traps, so that's like almost half the deck. And guys, you guys, it's a burn deck. Come on, it's a burn deck. You guys gotta play this. 3 magic cylinders, man. 3 magic cylinders. I'm gonna win. This is my favorite trap ever made, because it's so funny. It just negates them and it just burns them for damage again. I've seen people take like one out to just use 2. I've seen some people use like, yeah, just use like 2 of these. Because like some monsters, like if you target, their effects activate and it just blows up everything on the field. So you can just like use 2 if you want, but I like 3 because that's just funny, because Yugi used it and it's a funny, great card. It's my favorite card, favorite trap card. Next, 2-dimensional walls for the traps. It's pretty much like a magic cylinder again. You can put a 3rd one, take magic cylinder out and put a 3rd one in. This might be a little better because it doesn't target. Then again, it doesn't negate attacks, where this one negates attacks. So it has like both have strengths and weaknesses. So it's really your call. Yeah, it's a fun card, Next, 2 Ceasefires. I don't know how I feel about this card as much. I mean, it does damage, gets work done, helps you burn your opponent to death, and you get to laugh at them again. But like, if they don't have any monsters, if they have like one monster like Exciton Knight on the field, and then like they chain blow up everything on the field, you do like 500 damage to them. It's not that much. So you can take it out for like other cards like, I don't know, Stealth Bird or whatever you want. Next 3, Just Desserts. Kind of the same thing. If your opponent doesn't have many monsters, it doesn't do that much damage. But you can like Chain Strike it. You can chain it with Chain Strike, like chain just Ceasefire, chain Just Desserts, chain like a whole bunch of stuff, chain like 3 Secret Barrels. Yeah, that's great. So yeah, next 3 are Secret Barrels. It deals 200 damage for each card your opponent has in their hand and their field. So let's say like it's been like 5-6 turns and you've been stalling so long with Swords and Nightmare Cage. Your opponent has like 5 cards in hand and then 5 cards on the field. So like you just flip this up, deals like 2,000 damage, like 2,000 damage to one card, and then like chain Just Desserts, chain Ceasefire. It's great. It's so fun. It's so fun. And then the last 5 trap cards that I play, they're just like typical staple monster removal cards. You guys don't have to play this. You guys can play more burn cards if you want, like Poison with the Old Man or more Marshmallows or whatever. But there's like Torntail, Bottomless, Compulse, 2 Mirror Force. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you can run a Fiendish Chain if you want, or like Dimensional Prison, so you can remove them from play, or whatever. or a Mask of the Accursed, or Tremendous Fire, but for more burn. But I just like to remove some of their monsters, so it won't be as problematic sometimes, or more draw cards like Card D, or any of that. So yeah, that's my deck profile of my Trolley burn deck. Again, you can take some of the cards out if you don't like. Put in like the Stealth Bird or whatever other burn cards that you like to put in. So yeah, that's my deck profile. Hope you guys had fun. You guys feel free to comment below. I might be putting up my Gravekeeper profile next, because that's my most competitive deck, even though it's like casual competitive, or I don't know, I'll put like other deck profiles up too if you want, if I feel like it or whatever. So have fun with deck profile, enjoy, you can make this and troll your friends, and you guys have a good day. See ya!